Imagine you own a mobile shop. Whenever you sell a mobile phone, whenever you repair a mobile phone, whenever you rent out an equipment to somebody else, an important GST concept comes into play. That is the outward supply. So, without understanding outward supply, we cannot calculate the GST liability properly. We cannot file the returns. We cannot collect input tax credit. It is an important concept and we will understand the outward supply in this module. Outward supply is defined under section 2 subsection 83 of the CGST Act 2017. So any registered business, when they are supplying goods or services to an outsider, then it is an outward supply. There are so many examples. If we take the case of sale, if you are selling a mobile phone, a mobile shopkeeper is selling a mobile phone, it is an outward supply. Service, a chartered accountant giving service to its clients, consultancy, it's an outward supply. Lease, a business organization is giving machinery to another business partner for 2 years, it's an outward supply. Barter system, a furniture shop is giving furniture to an advertising agency. Instead of collecting money, they are giving advertising services. So though it's barter, it is an outward supply. So many examples we can take for outward supply. So now what is the importance of outward supply? Two things you have to remember. One is we have to collect the GST from the customer and the registered business dealer has to deposit that with the government. Now what are the features of outward supply? First one is GST has to be collected and has to be paid with the government. Second is GST invoice has to be issued by the registered dealer. Third is this has to be disclosed in the GST returns when they will file the GST returns. Third is input tax credit they can claim. Now let us look at the types of outward supplies. One is taxable outward supply. We gave so many examples. A restaurant service, chartered accountant giving service to the clients, sale of anything, barter, lease, all these are examples for taxable outward supply. Then exempted outward supply. Exempted outward supply, that is GST is not charged. That is eligible educational institutions, eligible healthcare institutions. Next is zero rated supply, outward supply. That is export of goods, export of services, goods supplied to special economic zones. Fourth is deemed supply, deemed outward supply. That is even though there is no consideration, some transactions are considered as supply under GST if it is mentioned in Schedule 1. Say for example, items transferred between branches across different states with the same PAN number. It is covered under Schedule 1, then it is considered as supply. So these are the types of supply. So understanding outward supply is an important concept to do the GST filing. You have to issue the registered dealer has to issue the invoice, tax invoice, and they have to collect the GST from the customer and deposit with the government. They have to mention that in the GST returns. So understanding the outward supply is very important concept in GST.